Hi everyone, my name is Rishit. Today is the 26th of January 2025 and I'll be going over my weekly predictions for Bitcoin, that is BTCUSD. As usual, I'll be going over the monthly, weekly, and finally the daily charts. And then I'll switch over to the Excel sheet where I'll cover this week's and the last week's prediction as well. But as usual, before getting into the video, it is important to make the disclaimer that all information here is completely educational and therefore it is important to conduct your own analysis, whatever analysis that may be, to ensure that you're comfortable with the risk, reward, and trading styles, since you may not be with mine. But with that out of the way, let's get into the video. So, monthly charts we can see have been very bullish for Bitcoin. I mean, we had this huge run up, a little bit of a correction in the midway, but we can see in the past around 4 or 5 months it's been a huge run up. I mean, volume isn't particularly increasing. It's, I guess in the short term it is decreasing, but it's kind of erratic, and even more so in the weekly charts. The MACD histogram is definitely increasing. It's bullish for sure, but it started waning a little bit and it's picking back up in the past few months, confirming this strong bullish price action that we're seeing. Similarly, the RSI as well, although overbought, we can see that this can definitely extend for long durations of time, and here it extended for around 6 months, 7 months. So nothing immediate to worry about here. However, we can see that this largely because of the inauguration of Trump as the president of the United States is definitely very bullish for crypto in general, and by extension Bitcoin as well, which is why we're seeing these large run-ups. Similarly, in the weekly charts, we can see this correction in slightly more detail. We can see that we had this huge run-up, which we had been a part of. The MACD is definitely increasing, but because of the sideways movement that we're seeing here, we can see it's waning quite heavily and the histogram is crashing down. Although there isn't a crossover yet, this is something to be wary of. We see we had this huge run-up confirmed by volume, and then volume started waning off during this sideways pattern, which may be a sell-off or a reversal pattern. Again, we do have to be sure. We can see that we have two tops right now, and again, if this does break down over here, then we will have a double top pattern, which is quite bearish, that we can set a target for. RSI, however, is positive again, but these are lagging indicators, so by the time these reverse, we will be far into the opposite territory. So that's why I've set the appropriate supports and resistances to make sure that we catch the correct end of the trend quickly. But yeah, daily charts, again, in even more detail, we see we have this sideways trend. You could even call this an extended double top, because we can see the immediate next swing high wasn't the top. It was a tweezer type pattern which reversed down here. So these are very concrete supports and resistances. We see this resistance has been tested around 2 or 3 times. Support has been tested around 5 times, and neither time has it been broken. As you can see, we are now again near this resistance, and seems that the price action is waning. The bodies are getting smaller. We can see definitely how much smaller. These are all high wave and doji candles, indicating significant indecision in the market. MACD is bullish. However, we can see the histogram is starting to wane, and the RSI has been bullish for quite a long time, indicating that there is a bearish tinge to this movement, which makes sense. I mean, coming from an upwards trend, this large sideways movement all of a sudden is either a sell-off or a neutrality in the market, which can be interpreted as slight bearish, or the bulls losing a little bit of control. Last week was profitable. Feel free to look through the values of this trade. This week we will buy when Bitcoin crosses 106,155 and sell when it crosses below 102,080 with a target of 2.5% and a trailing stop loss of 1.25%. If the target or stop loss isn't hit, then we will close on Friday. The weekly trend and monthly trend are up. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.